Jean-Michel Basquiat is one of the most important artists of the 20th century. His art embodies a raw energy that challenged, disrupted, and redefined what art could be in the modern age. As a black artist in 1980s New York, his work stood at the crossroads of social commentary, fine art, and the cultural explosion of hip-hop. Though Basquiat is often celebrated as a painter, the rhythms, ethos, and underground spirit of hip-hop pulsate throughout his art, making him an iconic visual artist with deep ties to the cultural movement. But what exactly is the connection between Basquiat and hip-hop? More than you may realize. Let's explore. New York City in the 1970s was a city in transition. As the city's inhabitants were economically struggling, the city saw a rise in crime, but also became a hub of creativity and counterculture. The South Bronx gave birth to hip-hop, a movement born out of marginalized communities that expressed their struggles and triumphs through DJing, rapping, breaking, and graffiti. At the same time, Jean-Michel Basquiat was navigating his way through the underground art scene of Manhattan. He began as a graffiti artist himself, under the pseudonym Samo, painting cryptic messages across the city with his partner Al Diaz. Like the early hip-hop MCs and graffiti artists, Basquiat was claiming space in a city that largely ignored its black and Latino communities. Samo's graffiti wasn't just art, it was subversive communication. Much like hip-hop, it critiqued the world around it, challenged power, racism, and the commodification of culture. Graffiti and hip-hop both found their origins in the streets, where public spaces became canvases and soundscapes for marginalized voices. Just as hip-hop DJs would sample beats, break them down, and remix them to create something new, Basquiat took the raw materials of his world, symbols, words, pop culture references, and historical allusions, and remixed them into his own language. His canvases are layered with fragments of everything: jazz, sports figures, African American history, and capitalism. His art, much like hip-hop's music, is a collage of influences and critiques. It pulls from the highbrow and the lowbrow, much like how hip-hop producers sample from classical records, funk, and jazz to create a unique sonic experience. Both movements refuse to be confined by traditional structures, instead using the tools of the establishment to critique it. Basquiat wasn't just inspired by hip-hop, he was a part of its social circle. He was friends with early pioneers like Fab Five Freddy, who bridged the gap between graffiti, rap, and fine art. Fab Five Freddy, a graffiti artist himself, was instrumental in bringing hip-hop culture into mainstream art spaces. Through these collaborations, Basquiat's art became intertwined with the energy of the hip-hop movement, and his visual language started to influence the aesthetics of rap artists and music videos. Blondie's video for her song Rapture is one of the first times the world was able to see hip-hop culture. Fab Five Freddy gets mentioned in the song, but if you look to the video, guess who plays the DJ? A 20-year-old Jean-Michel Basquiat. His visual style and essence is so intertwined with hip-hop's look, but he played a part in its sound too. In 1983, he produced and arranged the song Beat Bop for the iconic MC Ramelsey and a 15-year-old battle rapper named K-Rob. The track is 10 minutes of early 80s gold. This is the only known song produced by Basquiat, but it shows that he could have been an iconic hip-hop musician if he wanted to. The song sounds like his art feels, so vibrant with color, personality, and texture. The song would be featured on Rolling Stone's list of the 100 greatest hip-hop songs of all time. It was released independently, with a limited pressing, and with a cover by Basquiat himself, making it one of the most valuable rap records ever made. He also filmed a feature-length film in the early 80s, called Downtown 81. The film had financial troubles and couldn't be released until over a decade after his passing, but it had a lot of connections to hip-hop as well. The film was a snapshot of real-life subcultures of New York at the time, and even featured a scene with Melly Mel rapping over the instrumental to Rapture. When the film was being completed after his passing, much of the audio was unusable, so alternative hip-hop artist Saul Williams dubbed his voice over to complete the film. For Basquiat, hip-hop wasn't just a soundtrack, it was a movement that paralleled his approach to art. Both were pushing boundaries and resisting conventional norms. His art captured the intensity, improvisation, and rawness of the early hip-hop scene, while hip-hop artists found Basquiat's work a visual reflection of the struggles and aspirations they expressed through music. One of Basquiat's most recognizable symbols is the crown, a mark of both triumph and struggle. This motif appears repeatedly in his work, placed above figures like jazz musicians, athletes, and sometimes anonymous black faces. In hip-hop, the crown symbolizes self-empowerment, resilience, and the reclamation of space in a society that often sought to marginalize black voices. Whether it was Biggie Smalls declaring himself the king of New York, or J. Cole using the crown to contrast his sins on Born Sinner, the crown in hip-hop culture is a declaration of self-worth. In both hip-hop and Basquiat's art, the crown becomes a statement. Black culture, black art, and black identity are worthy of celebration. It's a visual and cultural declaration of power, taking symbols historically associated with kingship and elitism and making them accessible to the marginalized. Today, Basquiat's influence is undeniable in the world of hip-hop. From Jay-Z referencing his art and lyrics, to mach-hommy having a Basquiat repainted for the cover of his album, Pray for Haiti. The artist's legacy lives on in the music and culture of modern rap. His paintings, often chaotic and expressive, reflect the improvisational nature of rap and its ability to tell stories of struggle, resilience, and pride. Basquiat and hip-hop were both born in the same soil, the streets of New York City, where art and culture became weapons for change. Both defied the status quo, turning the everyday into something transcendent. Together they tell the story of how black creativity shaped not just art or music, but the way that we understand culture, identity, and power. Jean-Michel Basquiat and hip-hop were two sides of the same coin, different mediums of expression, but deeply intertwined. His work captured the heart and soul of a cultural movement, one that continues to inspire new generations of artists and musicians. And he will forever be hip-hop's favorite artist. Thank you for watching, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I've been getting super into art lately, so I figured this was the perfect way to incorporate my new interest into the channel. Let me know down in the comments, what is your favorite work of art from Basquiat? Also, let me know if there's any other hip-hop related artists I should check out, or if there's any other celebrities or artists in other fields who have a deep connection with hip-hop, sort of like I did this video with Basquiat and the other video a few months ago with Amy Winehouse. I feel like this could be a cool new series that I can do on the channel where I explore other artists' deep connection with the culture. So let me know if any artists you think of down in the comments. Again, I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. I have a ton of great videos planned out on the channel. Got some shorts I've been working on, got some regular size videos as well. Make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram to stay up to date with everything that's going on with my channel and the magazine and all that stuff. I am so thankful for you guys and all the support that you've given me over these past couple years, and I got a lot more headed your way, so stay tuned, stay safe, and stay deaf. Thanks for watching.